Hello and welcome back to my workbench. It is time once again to try to fix something. Today on the workbench we're taking a look at a PS5 Slim model. Now this particular console I picked up from a nearby repair shop, and the technician who worked on it said that when it came in the shop that it was turning on fine to a white light. Came in for an HDMI repair, and after replacing the HDMI port it would no longer turn on, it would just beep. And he's not sure why. So I guess he ended up having to buy it off of the customer, and I in turn bought it off him. So we're going to see if we can get it back working again. But that's the backstory on it. It's supposed to be, and it was turning on after HDMI port replacement, just beeps. So we'll give that a quick test. Let me give it some power. Okay, let's just see what it does. Give it a chance to initialize. Beep, no light. Does not, okay, it will beep every few seconds, no light. Okay, that's what we're starting with, beep and no light. So let me get the covers off. All right, well, our board is out. Probably the best place to start would be a good visual inspection under the microscope. Let's go to the microscope view. Alrighty. And we know it's been worked on around the HDMI port. We should probably look around there just for the heck of it. Okay. I don't see anything missing there. Let's look at the behind the port on the other side. Nothing missing there. No components knocked off that I can tell. Let's look back around that HDMI encoder. Turn the board around a little bit the way I'm usually looking at it. Now I know, you'll get a beep like that. I'm going to do some quick resistance checks. If the encoder is not good, if it has failed in some way, you'll get just a single beep. What we got here? That's in the K ohms. That's 456 ohms. So that doesn't sound like a failed HDMI encoder. We'll just widen our search then. How about that? I don't see any liquid metal spilled around the back. This is the back side of some of the RAM ICs right here. Don't see any escaped liquid metal. That's good. Just kind of looking for anything obvious jumping out at us. Here's our south bridge, which is a 69 GG. Our standby power supply IC, RT5126. SSD NAND ICs. Look good. All right, what about, let's take a look at some fuses. Any fuses on this side of the board? Yep, I guess we're on this side. Here's a, we're just going to look around. We're going to go to continuity mode. This is F3502. Appears to be good. Any other fuses on this side of this board? No? Are they all on the other side of the board? Okay, let's go to the other side of the board. This fuse, I don't think this is going to be related to the Blu-ray drive, so probably not an issue anyway. That's good. F5401. Should be some more fuses. Here's some more over here. F7004. Yep. F7003. Good. There's our connector for our front panel. F7002 and F7001. I believe those are involved with 5 volts. 7002 is good. F7001 is good. F3501. Appears to not be good. Yeah, I'm making good contact. Seems to be open. Now, I'm trying to remember what that fuse does. I think it's related to power for the front USBs. So I'm not sure if that would prevent you from turning on or not. Not really sure if that would prevent it from turning on. 3501. All right, that's probably a good place to start. F3501 is marked with a T, I think. Is that a T or is it? It's got a hole in it, doesn't it? Or did it get hit in some way? I don't know. It's got a gouge in the top of it there. Let me see what F3501 should be. I have some notes to that effect on. This is an EDM041 board. Let me see what I have. Fuses. EDM041. I don't have that. I gotta write those down. But on the 44, F35, is it 3501? Yeah, F3501 on an EDM44 board is a 2.5 amp fuse. 0402, 2.5 amps. Let me find my fuses. All right, I think I found them. Clearly marked 0402 fuses. So do I have a 2.5 amp? I do. I have 5 amp and 2.5 because that's about all that's used on these things. And I have not used one of these yet. Okay, let's get it changed out. I think that's the right value. Yeah, I think it's 2.5. Add a little leaded solder to this. And where did it go? It took off. Oop, and the new one took off. I wasn't worried about the old one, but I am worried about the new one. Where did you go? Let me see if I can dump it on the desk here. Oh, I found it. All right, this time, let's hang on to it better. Don't let go of it. There we go. I do want to do a quick check to make sure we don't have a short that's just going to blow that fuse again. And I'm in continuity mode. No. No short. It's in the hundreds of ohms. The meter went to sleep on me. But no, there's no short. But if this is like a switch, what about on the other side? On the output of the switch. Because these are some kind of load disconnecting switches that get enabled to turn on to switch the 5 volts or whatever voltage. I think they can switch other voltages out. But I don't see any shorts. So maybe, could this have been caused by plugging in the front USB ribbon cable while it was powered on, and the 5 volts getting shorted to ground momentarily? Don't know. Let's give it a try. Let's put it back in the chassis. See what happens. All right, with our fuse changed, I did slip it back in the chassis here. I did check after I plugged this ribbon cable in, for the front USB ports and stuff. And I checked again see if there's a short over here on that. Once I plugged that in, there was no short. So yeah, let's give it some AC voltage. Wait a few seconds for it to initialize, and let's just see what it does now. Nothing. No change. So that fuse was not the issue. Couldn't be that simple, could it? Let me see what we're getting through that fuse now. Let's see, what do we have? We have 12 volts on one side, 12 volts on the other. So the fuse is good. 5.1. So I don't think she's doing anything when we press the power button. I don't think we're not getting any line. We're not getting any APU voltage, CPU voltages. It's not even trying. All right, let's take the board back out. See what kind of current draw we're getting. I haven't looked at it yet. All right, I have been looking at this board under the microscope for a while. You know, checking different voltages and stuff. I think I finally found something. If I can switch to the microscope. We are looking behind the south bridge. And we have some damage here. We have, I think that's probably an inductor knocked off right here. Something knocked off here. This capacitor, I think, is hanging on for dear life. Yeah, it's been knocked up. So it got hit right in this area, obviously. But the big, let me make sure all that's in the picture. I think the big item is going to be this inductor that's missing right here. That's going to remove a rail going into the south bridge. So this is an inductor, I'm pretty sure. Yep. And that should be also. There's just some other ones down here you can see. So, yeah, you could jump it with a piece of wire, but I think I'll just pull one off a donor. And I need to see what that was. Was that a resistor or was that a capacitor? I don't think I have another slim board laying around nearby. Maybe see if I can find some pictures online. This is an EDM041. But yeah, we're missing something there. Let's take a look. I don't have another slim board, but I do have another, what is this, an EDM031. I wonder if it has a similar layout in the Southbridge area. Maybe, maybe not. So we have these two inductors, one above the other. And we need to know what about this capacitor right here, or whatever it is. So if I go lay this one up here and get some focus. Okay, there's the inductors. But it looks like it's not, whatever that was is not used on this board. So, yeah, it was a thought. I thought they might have the same layout. Or at least very similar. But there was definitely a component there. You can see. You can tell there was a component there. Okay. Let me get a donor inductor, choke, coil, whatever you want to call it. And I'll put this capacitor back down if I can. And I'll look around for some pictures on the internet. See what this was. Probably a capacitor. All right. So, missing components. I found pictures online and I was able to confirm that that was a resistor that was missing. But of course I couldn't tell the value. And I have a donor board with that same size inductor. I've got that. But I need to know the value of that resistor. So this is my personal PS5 Slim that I've gone ahead and opened up. This is an EDM040 board. But if we look, it has that same arrangement under the south bridge. If I can get that in focus. You see that same arrangement of the inductors and that resistor just below it there. So I believe that is our resistor in question. Let's see if we can get a value off of it. I'm going to guess 4.7K because there's a lot of them, you know, that are 4.7K. How can I get the glare off of that? Is it possible? Yeah. So, all right, we're going to go across this resistor in circuit. But I think we'll get 4.7K or thereabouts. Ooh, 7.9K. What if I reverse my leads? 8.9K. So it's likely a 10K resistor. All we know for sure is I need to lift it, I suppose. Let's lift it. I want to know for sure. But it was not a 4.7K. Darn. Yeah, that one. Let's see if we can just lift that. I forgot the best way to do it. I'm going to use hot air if I just want to bridge across it with my wide tip of my soldering iron. Okay. We'll use a little hot air and we'll spin that thing around. I've gone through this much trouble. Why not just move it around and know exactly what it was. Let's just park it right there. It's a little hot. It may affect the value a little, but not too much. Let's see what it is, shall we? 10K ohms. Yep. All right, 10K ohms. So now we know. I do have a book of resistors. I'll get one out of that. We'll get it changed. Go ahead and put this one back. And put my PS5 Slim back together. Got a little bit crooked, didn't I? Okay, let me put this back together. It's going to take me a little while. We'll put all the screws back in it, and then we'll get the other resistor replaced. All right, our board is back in the chassis. I think we're ready to test this. Let's give it some AC power. Give it a few seconds to initialize. and hope we get a light and a fan spin. Yeah. Will we go to a white light? Still blue, still blue. White light. All right. So an inductor, a resistor, and one little tiny capacitor knocked off. That's all it takes, I guess. Probably I should have noticed that before, but I looked really close in the area of the HDMI port, not down here in the area of the behind the south bridge. But yeah, I think she's going to work. Let me shut her down and put it all back together, and we'll give it a good test. All right then. Well, this PS5 is fully reassembled, and we are at a point of testing. We know it boosts to a white light. Will it give us video? I am hoping it will. HDMI port looked pretty good. There's a disc in the drive. What's in the drive? We have video. Excellent. Yep, we're coming up fully. What's in the drive here, I wonder? Bonus Grand Theft Auto for the PS5. Excellent. All right, well, this one's back together, fully reassembled and working, so it's another good day. Yeah, just a couple of knocked off components, and that was all it took to take it down. Well, anyway, I hope you liked that one. Thought it was somewhat interesting, educational, entertaining, any of the above. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you in that very next repair. Bye for now.